Hi Mahmood, this is a little video to help you with writing similes. So, when you're writing a simile, what you're doing is you're comparing two things using the words like or as. For example, I could say, the boy ran as fast as a cheetah. Or I could say, the girl was as slow as a snail. You could also use the word like. For example, the kite flew like a bird, or the man stomped around like an elephant. So I'm going to show you a couple. I'm going to write a couple, and hopefully these help. And then I want you to try the sheet again on your own. So the first one I have here, as good as. So let's say, we could say it is the dessert, or no, how about the little boy is as good as, and what's a good thing? What's things that people find good? I know a lot of people think gold is good, so we could say the little boy is as good as gold. We could have said anything you find good, as soccer, as good as dessert, things like that. This one says as dull as, just like on the sheet. Now you can think of it as something. You could say the class was as dull as, because sometimes class can be boring. So the class, and you don't have to put these in front. These are just to help you understand what it means. The class was as dull as, and what are some things that are boring or dull? I know a used pencil is dull. Do you know when you use your pencil too much and the tip is no longer sharp? It's dull. So we could say as dull as a used pencil. Now, I'm going to skip down because you can try some of those. There's as clean as, so you can think of something that's clean. As quick as, what's quick? I know you like snakes, they're pretty quick. As dry as, think of something that's dry. I know snakes are dry too, or you could say as old leaves. As pretty as, what's something that's pretty? A flower? As heavy as, what's something heavy? Elephants are very heavy. Or as big as, something big. So I'm skipping ahead to complete the sentences by thinking of similes for the verbs. So here it says, the athlete ran like a. What's something that's fast that you would want an athlete? So let's think of like maybe a soccer player or a basketball player or football player, something they run as fast as or like. So when I think of running fast, I think of cheetahs. So we could say the athlete ran like a cheetah. We could also change the for a the if we wanted to, and say the athlete ran like the wind, because the wind is pretty fast. So those are options for those. So it says the small boat sank like, what could a small boat sink like? What's really heavy? Maybe a rock or an anvil or anything heavy. And then it rained like, what could it rain like if it's really bad out? I like to think it rained like cats and dogs, if you've ever heard that saying. The final ones say, complete the similes for the nouns. So the first one says, the heat was like a blazing bonfire. That's something that's very hot. The second one says, the thick mud felt as if. So as is our word for a simile, just like or as. The thick mud felt as if. So what could thick mud feel like? And other than mud, we want to compare it to something. When I think of thick mud, I think of slime. So the thick mud felt as if it was slime. That would be scary. So I'm going to say that for the thick mud. The next one says, the black smoke smelled like. What could the black smoke smell like? It could smell like a volcano. It could smell like anything burning, a fire. Then it says the music she played sounded like, what could music sound like? It could sound like an orchestra, a choir singing, or maybe it sounded bad. The music she played sounded like a bunch of children screaming, or you could say it sounded like a horse neighing if it's not very good. The fresh water tasted like, what does fresh water taste like? To me, fresh water tastes like happiness. So I would say the fresh water tasted like happiness because it makes me feel good. And then the overgrown garden looked as if, when I think of an overgrown garden, I would say the overgrown garden looked as if a troll had been taking care of it. So we're still comparing two things just with longer sentences. So when you use a simile, you're comparing two things using like or as. Okay? So the boy ran like the wind. The girl ran as fast as a cheetah. That's how we use a simile, okay, Mahmood? I hope this was helpful, okay? If you're still having trouble with the sheet, let me know. But I hope this helped a little bit, okay? Thank you very much, Mahmood. Enjoy. Good luck. And I miss you. Bye-bye.